author, business coach, fitness guru, pro fighter, and celebrity trainer. Christina Rondo offers you a podcast that helps guide you to be successful in your personal and professional life. This is your life journey, and Christina shares her experience and stories to help guide you on yours.
Hey guys, this is Christina Rondo here, and welcome to my podcast. Today we're going to be talking about how to replace fear with courage. Let me repeat that for you again. We are going to learn today and talk about how to replace fear with courage. Fear can be absolutely paralyzing, and there's a lot of different fears out there. Today I specifically want to talk about mental fear and getting past that feeling that overtakes us. It's not the problem that causes our suffering. It's our thinking about the problem. And that's what I want to talk about with you today. Sometimes we have so much fear thinking about something, it causes such suffering, it can absolutely paralyze us. And I think it's very important for us to learn some steps to help us get through this. So, one, we want to learn how to step out of our comfort zone. And we have to remember that we need to step into our power. When we step out of our comfort zone and we start to realize that we need to replace fear with courage, we realize that it's anxiety. Anxiety is you projecting your future. And anxiety is trying to solve all the problems in your life all at once. So it's really important to just sit and breathe and realize what is causing these feelings inside of you and really identify your fear. And that, I talk about getting out our journal and taking notes always during the podcast, because there's so much you can write down and so many things you can look back on and reread. And I always like to do simple steps. And one is to identify your fear. And again, we want to replace fear with courage. We want to step out of your comfort zone. And we want to remember that it's anxiety. Anxiety is you projecting your future. So let's step into our power. Let's learn how to step into our power. And you cannot grow until you step forward. And you have to remember that. You can be paralyzed and immobilized by this fear. And you can think nothing is ever going to happen positive. But you have to remember that when we overcome this fear and we stop taking those baby steps forward, that you need to step into your power. And that's taking those baby steps forward, because you're going to become more powerful with each step. So you can't grow until you step forward. So we need to step into our power. We need to step forward to grow. And we also have to remember that your energy is in internal conflict with the fear that you have. So the more you step forward and take these baby steps, your energy is going to become more positive. Because right now, your energy and your mind, your soul, it's in an internal conflict with the fear that you have. So we have to learn how to get past this fear, because it's a horrible feeling. And I've seen so many people suffer from this mental fear that they have created in their head. And again, it's not the problem that causes our suffering. It's our thinking about the problem. Okay? So the universe is going to push you. The universe, if you open your mind and you look for symbols and signals and signs, the universe is pushing you, but you need to take the steps. You can't drag your feet. You have to take action, all right? You cannot procrastinate because of this fear, and that's what we all seem to do. Okay, so again, we've got to replace this fear with courage, and we have to have the courage to take baby steps, to take action, to step forward, to step into our power. You have to remember something, that fear lives in the past. You create this new path in the present today. So fear lives in the past. You create this new path in the present today. So we want to use the power of positivity, and we want to stop being caught up in the woe is me, the victim, the negative. That's all fear-based, okay? Your life will grow and be even more amazing. Things will fall into place, and you have to have faith, and you have to trust, and you got to take those baby steps, because you'll start to see that when the universe wants things to happen, and when you start to grow and move forward, everything will fall into place, and your life will grow, and it will be even more amazing. And that's all about coming into our own truth and being present in your truth right now. And I say the word truth, and people say, well, what is your truth? But, put your hand on your heart. Take your right hand, put it on your heart. Take your left hand, put it on top of your right hand, and just sit with me for a second. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And let's just sit for a couple seconds and just breathe. Just be present and ask yourself, what is your truth right now? What makes you feel good? We talk about energy all the time. What's a good energy? What do you feel? What is your truth right now? Okay? Let's not worry about others and things and materials. Let's just ask yourself, what is your truth? Take out the thinking of the future that doesn't exist. Take out the thinking of the fear of the past, and let's sit right now, right here in the present, and ask yourself, what is your truth right now? When you be present and clear in what your truth is, and you will have success even more when you come into your truth. There is nothing, and I repeat, there is nothing you cannot have. You need to believe in you. You need to believe in your strengths. So again, ask yourself, what is your truth? Fear is simply because you are not living with life. You are living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. That is so significant. Do you hear me? Let's repeat this again. Fear is simply because you are not living with life. You are living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. So again, this brings us right back to the truth and living right here and right in our now. Let's get out of our own heads and let's just be present and ask yourself, what is your truth? And then, as usual, let's take these 3 steps, guys. Let's take step 1, identify your fear. Surrender is step 2. So 1, identify your fear. What is this feeling? What is this fear that's paralyzing you? Let's identify it. Number 2, surrender to what is. Surrender. Let's surrender by accepting the fact that fear lives in the past. Okay? Fear lives in the past. Number 3, let's release control. Let's just feel. Let's just feel whatever we're feeling. It's okay to cry. It's okay to laugh. It's okay, but let's just feel it. Be here in the present, in your truth right now, and let's feel it. Release control. And I'm going to give you step 4. Step 4 is always an action. So we identify your fear, you surrender to what is, and we're going to release control for step 3. But number 4 is let's take some action. Let's replace fear with courage. Let's take that little baby step forward and take an action, stepping into your power, growing, stepping forward, and stepping into your truth. Let's get rid of this internal conflict with the fear that you have. And let's remember that it's not the problem that causes our suffering. It's our thinking about the problem. So 1, how do we replace fear with courage, guys? Let's write this down one more time. 1, identify your fear. 2, surrender to what is. 3, release control. Just be in your truth. Just feel. And number 4, Let's take a little action to replace fear with courage. Let's step a little bit out of your comfort zone. Let's step into your power. And that's it. I wish you guys the best of luck. I want you guys to really be present and try those steps. And let's really work towards a future. And let's work towards replacing fear with courage. And let's get out of our own heads. Let's stop thinking about tomorrow when it doesn't even exist. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath, guys. Meditate on that. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Christina Rondo's podcast. Subscribe and find links to her books and videos on ChristinaRondo.com. Inhale the future. Exhale the past.